Welcome. We are in the heart of Sonoma County today doing our 2024 wine grape harvest recap. The harvest season is finally complete here. It was a fantastic year, but don't take it from me. You're going to hear directly from some of our farmers and some of our vineyard employees representing ranches around our entire county. I have my friend and co-host here, Lupita Flores from Belleville Vineyard Management. This is a bilingual harvest recap, so she's going to be helping me with translation. And as you can see down here, I have Ketch Munsell. He is the vineyard dog from Munsell Vineyards and probably be running around or may just be hanging out here the whole time, but who doesn't love a great vineyard dog? So welcome, Ketch. With that, let's get started and meet our farmers.
My name is Brett Munsell with Munsell Vineyards. I'm here today with Maribel Morales. Munsell Vineyards is primarily Alexander Valley. We farm roughly 800 acres throughout Alexander Valley, focusing mostly on Cabernet, Chardonnays, most of the Bordeaux varietals.
I'm Steve Dutton with the Dutton Ranch. I'm with Miguel Carmona, who is one of our main supervisors here on the ranch. He's worked for us for 38 years. We are actually filming here at Dutton Ranch right now, where we farm 1,200 acres of certified sustainable wine grapes and 300 acres of certified organic apples here in the Russian River Valley, in the Green Valley of Russian River, where most of our holdings are.
Hi, I'm Steve San Giacomo from San Giacomo Family Vineyards. I'm here at Roberto Alvarez Flores, one of our main supervisors. Our family farms over 1,600 acres in Sonoma Valley, Carnera, Sonoma Coast, and parts of the Petaluma Gap. Family business, we've been farming since 1927.
I'm Tyler Click with Redwood Empire Vineyard Management. I'm here with Gustavo Gonzalez, our safety director. We farm about 2,500 acres in most appellations in Sonoma County, as well as in Marin County.
Just tell us a little bit, like, when did the harvest season start for you? Kind of what was the timing and kind of overall crop size and quality?
The season started off cool like the previous year, but then the summer really warmed up and it finished warm. And overall, it was a good harvest. I'd say slightly above average overall. A few categories like Cabernet was light for us, but overall a good vintage.
We had 2 harvests in 12 months. So last year in 2023, we harvested everything in October, and here in 2024, we harvested everything in September. So I think the last time we're looking at records in 96 and 97 was the last time we kind of had that kind of crossover. But just from a quality element, we had obviously some great degree days, but the nighttime temperatures were really, really cold. And that diurnal shift that we thrive on in Sonoma County to keep the high acids and the high quality was, again, rung true this year. So we're expecting a great vintage, another one.
It was a great growing season all through the year. And really during harvest, usually we have, not always, but sometimes you have, harvest is marked by a rain event or a high heat event. And this year we had none of those. So I think the quality is going to be outstanding.
¿Cómo se siente usted sobre la cosecha, Gustavo? ¿Es emocionante, estresante, se divierte? ¿Qué sentimientos tiene sobre la cosecha?
Es sentimientos encontrados. Es estresante, es muy emocionante. Realmente yo pienso que cuando el trabajo te gusta, en ese momento se deja de llamar trabajo. Entonces realmente para mí la operación es muy, muy emocionante, más que estresante. El estrés es parte de, pero si lo manejamos todos bien, se convierte en un éxito la temporada.
Para mí, no es muy estresante. Para mí, como me gusta mucho, para mí se me hace muy agradable. Entre más trabajo haya, es mejor. Todo, pero no, todo muy bien. Y este año estuvo muy bien todo por el clima. Nos ayudó mucho.
Para mí es divertido, es una adrenalina que uno siente andar piscando, convivir con los demás compañeros y que tú me ganas y que yo te gano. Y es divertido. Se me hace a mí divertido y otra parte porque a mí me encanta.
Harvest is the best time of year for me. I love it. It's, there's so many different parts of harvest, but at the end of the day, your entire company is focused on one thing. There's no meetings, there's no appointments, there's no anything else.
Wait, you don't like meetings?
100%, let's get this harvest done. Let's get the grapes in the wineries.
Yeah, night harvest is key, I think, our family's been night harvesting since the 80s. It's something that we adopted early just because, one, I think we realized that our employees like it better, and also that from a quality element, I think it started with quality when wineries can get fruit cold and helps with the winemaking processes, and then from energy conservation, and then also it just makes us be able to have the days go longer and so forth. So
So talk about, you all look a little clean today. Do you have any harvest superstitions? I think some of you maybe don't shave during harvest.
ours is, yeah, the don't shave. I like to go to our office. Everyone's like, oh, the San Giacomo's are in harvest. Like, I don't wash our pickup. We won't get our pickup. This is clean because harvest is over. And then I always use like the same hat. It's like
Oh, you pick a
same hat. I
harvest
pick a
hat.
hat, pick a harvest hat, and I just, as long as it feels lucky, then I run with that for the whole season.
Bueno, en mi caso, lo de la no rasurada no es por una tradición, sino porque no hay tiempo. Hay que regresar rápido. Y posteriormente no como una superstición, pero son 40 burritos preparados al congelador y vámonos, uno al día y vámonos. Es lo...
How do you all celebrate the end of harvest? Do you have any tradition you do as sort of an operation?
We'd have a post-harvest lunch for everybody. The whole entire company gets to come, talk about the harvest, thank everybody for their hard work and their efforts for the season. And then we stopped serving beer a long time ago, but now we serve wine. So everyone has a chance to try some wine from one of the vineyards or one of the winery producers that we sell our grapes to.
Maribel, ¿algunas tradiciones que tenga usted después de cuando la cosecha termina?
Sí, él nos hace una comida cada fin de cosecha, nos hace una comida y convivimos todos los compañeros y nos atiende bien.
There's been a lot of headlines in the news and just a lot of conversation around sort of the grape marketplace, the marketplace for wine. But how'd the season go overall, given sort of how complicated everything is right now?
Contracted fruit was fine. We were able to sell all that and then had a home for all that. With the uncontracted fruit, the market was very soft this year. And so we did end up doing some deals towards the end of the harvest where we had a significant price reduction, but we're able to pick all of our Chardonnay. But we had some Pinot that went unsold that we're, gambling a little bit and making the bulk wine, hopefully to sell it next spring and summer to someone as wine. So it's a tough market, but hopefully we'll see the market return and have a better year next year as far as sales go.
This year, the grapes that were under contracts did very well, good pricing. The grapes that were not under contract, it was a challenge. And so there is some unsold fruit out there. And then there were some late deals put together where the pricing was dropped significantly to be able to harvest those grapes. So there definitely was some challenges to the season that we faced this year. But overall, it was a good vintage.
Last harvest was incredibly big. I think our second biggest, at least in the last decade. So it sounds like there's a lot of inventory probably at the wineries leading to some of this kind of marketplace conundrum specifically for Sonoma County. So you optimistic? I mean, you always tell me as farmers you're optimistic. So maybe Brett, what are you most optimistic about for the future?
Well, I think you have to be optimistic if you're going to be a farmer, right? It's a gamble every day, every year. You never know what the crop is going to be like. I am hopeful that the softness of the market this year will help alleviate some of those bulk wine issues, excess inventories that we're seeing, that will strengthen the market for that fruit that's not already contracted.
Estamos por terminar, pero queremos escuchar su parte favorita de la cosecha este año, tal vez una memoria en específica que sea su favorita, algo que quiera compartir.
Bueno, lo más bonito es cuando ya se termina, ¿verdad? Porque ya, creo que ya se acabaron las presiones, su carrera, su eso, ¿verdad? Y ya, pues sí, como son 2 meses para recoger toda la cosecha, para 10 meses ya volver otra vez todo tranquilo, ¿verdad? Entonces, son 2 meses muy, muy importantes, yo creo que en el año, porque hay que recoger toda la cosecha para el próximo año tener trabajo, ¿verdad?
I think for me, the harvest made up a bunch of little moments, but the one that stands out to me probably the most is getting that phone call from one of your best winery clients saying that the fruit that you just delivered could not have been better, and they're so excited to make wine out of that block or that load or whatever it is. Every year, hopefully you have more than one of those phone calls, but that to me always stands out when a winemaker takes the time to call you up to tell you how much they appreciate what you just did and the fruit that you received.
Sum up the vintage, the quality, crop size.
It was a very smooth, high quality, and fast-paced harvest that started and stopped without any incidents to remember. So very happy to have have gone through the 2024 vintage.
It was a beautiful growing season, outstanding quality of the grapes, some of the most beautiful fruit we've ever picked. And I would just say you should drink last year's wine soon because this year's going to be even better.
I'd say 2024, we're on our 4th straight high quality vintage. So I know there's a thing called 3-peat. What's the 4-peat? We're going to come up
There you
with
go.
an acronym for 4-peat. So again, I think 24 is obviously shaping up, as you can hear today, to be an exceptional vintage. So
It was a cool start to a hot finish. Everything ripened really nicely and everything was very clean. I think 24 is going to be a very nice vintage, and it seemed to be, abundant in some situations and light in others. So overall, just a nice vintage, maybe slightly up.
Great. Well, I would love, Lupita, to thank you for being my co-host today. Thank Gustavo and Tyler from Redwood Empire Vineyard Management, Roberto and Steve from San Giacomo, Steve and Miguel from Dutton Ranch, and Brett and Maribel from Munsell Vineyards. Thanks for sitting down with us, doing a little truck talk, harvest recap for 2024. As you heard, the 2024 vintage in Sonoma County started around sort of normal timing, which was great after such a late start in 2023. We were really fortunate that there was really no weather incidences pushing the harvest, so it was just sort of smooth, as you've heard, exceptional quality, so definitely something to look forward to for the 2024 vintage. And with that, that's a wrap.